Previously, I introduced you to Jumper, our overweight foster greyhound. In this episode of The Greyt Show, we're going to bring her to the animal eye clinic to discuss an eye condition she has called Pannus.
When we first got Jumper, she was seriously overweight, and both of her eyes were almost completely obscured by a lipid deposit from a genetic condition called Pannus. Because it is a genetic condition, it can't be cured, but it can be controlled. Pannus in dogs is most commonly found in German Shepherds, but it does occur in other breeds. It is an autoimmune condition in which the cornea of the eye is mistaken to be a foreign body in which the dog's immune system should attack. This layer of lipids is building across the cornea of her eye and hardening like a rock, causing her pain and slowly blocking her vision. She can still see, but not very well. If left untreated, it will lead to total blindness. And that is specifically what is happening here with Jumper. It was thought by her previous owners that she was developing cataracts, so the appropriate treatment was not sought out. If diagnosed earlier than in Jumper's case, it's a fairly simple and inexpensive eye drop that is administered daily and continuing for the remainder of the dog's life. There are different kinds of eye drops that your vet can prescribe. One is a steroid, which is an anti-inflammatory medication that can also provide localized suppression of the immune system. Or your vet can prescribe an eye drop that has the primary purpose of being an immunosuppressant. The latter is what we are using on Jumper. We wear gloves when administering the eye drops as we really don't want to be absorbing an immunosuppressant through the skin on our fingertips. Since she is just now getting on the eye drops, the buildup is a little more excessive than what the drops can dissolve, so it's going to require surgery to remove. We have an appointment for her here at the Animal Eye Clinic to get it all taken care of.
I hope they know how to sedate a greyhound that's really overweight.
This is a crude example of how the ophthalmologist would perform this procedure, and obviously they would be using a curved corneal knife to help maintain the curvature of the eyeball, but they just slice the lipid buildup right off of the lens. The idea of this just sends shivers up my spine. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Ugh. Now that her eye has the lipid obstruction removed, the eye drops can keep the lipid deposit from reforming. We also put this ointment into her eye that helps heal over where the surface was sliced off. It is literally called eye lube and is applied in the same way as the eye drops, only slower. She is really good about receiving all of this direct attention to her eyes. Many racing kennels will rinse out their greyhound's eyes after a race to make sure that the dust kicked up by the lead dog is cleared away. So this is really nothing new for her. I would expect that most greyhounds would be tolerant of this. Jumper now has to wear this cone while her eye heals. She is already a tank because she is so overweight, and now this cone is like the scoop on a bulldozer. It has made her rather destructive in this house. When she drinks water, it scoops up the bowl that she then launches across the kitchen when she walks away. And poor Olive, she's old and frail and is just being plowed over whenever Jumper walks past her. While researching Pannus for this episode, I learned that ultraviolet radiation from the sun is a contributor to the disease, and it is found to be more severe in dogs that live in higher elevations. If you have a dog that suffers from Pannus, then it may be worth your while to look into some sort of goggles to protect your dog's eyes. It's really no different than when you wear sunglasses when you go hiking, and it'll make your dog look like they go on awesome adventures. Many vets will recommend Rex Specs, and I've included a link to their website in this video's description. After several weeks, Jumper went in for a follow-up to see how everything has been healing up. Her immune system had also been clogging up her tear ducts with lipids, making her eyes very dry. Today they are testing just how much improvement she has with her tear volume. They will do this with these strips that change color with tear saturation.
Or how much is normal?
You want to get past 15 in a minute.
We seem to be going the right direction. So if she does good with this, do we get to reduce the number of drops we're giving her?
It also depends on how the surgery site looks, because a lot of times the tachylinus eye drop, it helps with scarring and stuff, so it depends on how well she's healing and if she needs the extra eye drops for that. And with Pannus, they are on it for life. It just depends on the frequency.
Right.
After that, it was time to examine how much the lens has been healing.
Do they look good?
It's healing. That's not healthy tissue to start with
Right.
because it has an autoimmune disease causing inflammation in the tissue, and she had a lipid deposits on top of that. So obviously healing is not what you would expect in a normal healthy dog.
Will it ever heal completely clear, or is it going to stay a little bit cloudy like it is?
We'll always have some degree of the cloudiness
Okay.
because that's not healthy normal tissue.
And now it is time for this episode's photo finish. In this picture, Jumper is lying on the cold air vent in the kitchen floor while wearing her cone. I'll be posting this picture to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I encourage all of you to reply at Greyt Show using the hashtag photo finish if you have a picture of your Grey while wearing their cone. I have learned a lot from making these monthly Greyhound videos, and I hope that you have too. I'm going to be taking the rest of the year off, but I do plan to be back on New Year's Day with a new video. A link to that as well as the previous can be found over here. I've also put together a playlist of all the videos that I made for this year, and I will continue to post on social media, so check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Over 1,000 of you have subscribed to this YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, that link can be found right here. I want to thank you all for your support. You have all been great.